Hello. My brake lights have stopped working, so I suspect it's that switch down there. That switch is about, well, has been on this car for about 6 months. I can't remember exactly, but let's say 9 months. It's failed. So I don't want to just put another one on the same. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting on a mechanical switch. Now I have here a micro switch. Now I remember using one of these on a car in 1984 or earlier, so I've had this a long time. It's good quality, common, normally open, normally closed, so you can wire it up each way, either way. And my idea is to position it there, like that. To enable me to position it there, I'm working on this little bracket, little angle iron bracket there, and one of the reasons I'm just taking this little recording is because I can't really see it very well. So by doing this I can have a look at it. There will be a piece of flat metal welded to that bit that's sticking forward, and then this switch will screw to the flat metal. Okay, leave it with me then, and I'll come back when there's more to show. There's my bracket in place. There's my secondary part of the bracket welded to it, and I've just kind of positioned the switch and clamped it on so that I can mark where I need to drill it. I'm just reaching up to the brake pedal. I'm going to move the brake pedal very slightly. You should be able to hear the switch click. Listen carefully. There. So that'll be on there, off there, on there, off there. Okay? And that's with the brakes pressed firmly on. And it comes back and presses the lever. Okay, so I'm going to remove it now, and I need to see if I've got any screws that will go through there, but I need to drill holes, and what I might do is slot one of them so that there's a very small amount of adjustment. But that's the setup, and other than some little tidying of the shape of the plate and things like that, that's okay. I mean, it's quite thick, that's quite sturdy. That's, I think, 14 gauge, 2mm. You know, it's good strong stuff, but that's how it's going to work. And what I might do is, when I've got the shape, weld a little piece on the front that will come up to kind of shield it, like an auxiliary little shield. But they are pretty robust from my experience. Okay, righto. I'll bring it back when there's more to show. I have screwed the thing in place. It works, I believe. There, you can hear it click, 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 click. I've pulled the wires through that went to here. These two here basically need to go over to here on whichever are the, let's have a think, the normally closed, I think, so that when this releases into its normal position, it closes the contacts. So these two wires need to go just a little hop over to there. Shame they ain't longer in it, they could have probably reached. Okay, so that'll be quite a simple little wiring job. And there it is in place. It's quite sturdy, so it just needs, you know, a little bit of a clean up with a file and radius the corners and possibly reshape it slightly. And like I said, possibly maybe a little shield that will come up the front there. Got to make sure it doesn't get in the way of anything, obviously. You know, it's all easy to do. It's annoying, isn't it, when, you know, you buy new things and they just don't work. I can tell you what I am pleased with though. I bought this welding helmet. Spargos. There it is. El Cheapo. Less than 20 quid. Less than 20 quid. And it was ever so good. It is like, you could just see clear as anything. I'm pointing over there because that's where I did the welding. But I've been struggling with my old welding mask, and for 20 quid I've made a vast improvement with that. And I'm sure you could buy much better ones. Okay, alright, that's my little pennyworth. I have been working on this brake switch. Some time ago I bought this, actually only recently, probably about a couple of weeks ago, I bought this pair of trimmers. Well, they're wire clippers and crimpers, but to be honest I don't tend to use these. I bought these from like Lidl's or Aldi, but this part of it is very good. And although I don't tend to use these, what I just did, I just took a couple of these like this, took the plastic off and used my conventional crimpers. These are also pretty good, to be honest, to crimp the connectors onto there. And you can see that they've gone beyond this screw and they've kind of bent up at the end, so they wouldn't tend to come off. And that is on the normally closed contact and the common. Here's my little bracket which I've painted, and I welded on a little piece of metal on the front to act as a shield at the front. So that will screw on there like that with these screws. But what I've also done is I've just cut a little piece from the side of a milk bottle jug, a milk jug, and that will go on the top there to act as a secondary shield. And that's where the base plate is welded onto the bracket. And I drilled a couple of holes there so I can bring the wires off and cable tie them through there. Oh, and I did test it and it does work. Back in a bit. Anyway, there it is, assembled up. I think that'll do the job. Looks okay, I think. Okay, right, let's get it on the car. Hello, right, I've fitted it in. It all fits. I trimmed the corner off that shield there just to give a little bit more clearance on that bolt. I've actually threaded the wires through this gap here to keep them nice and tidy and connected them in. You can hear it clicking. Now, some time ago when I suspected that my brake light was failing, I put a switch here and connected that light there so that it can indicate when the brakes are on. And you can see now, if I've got the ignition on the accessory position, if I press the brake pedal, the light comes on. So that tells me it's working. If I flick the switch to this position, it works on the dip switch, you know, for the headlights. But that, in daylight running, when you're not using the headlights, I could have that there, and that'll tell me that the brake lights are working. I also have my wireless brake light, so if I just put that there and press the brake, that lights up as well. So that again proves that just fits on the back of the car like that for when I'm out on busy roads. So I'll turn that one on as well. I'll just go through the sequence on the lights now. That's rear lights. Yeah, rear lights. Brakes. Yeah. Left indicator. Right indicator. Brakes. Brakes plus left indicator. Brakes plus right indicator. Well, I assume they've all worked. Have a quick look at the footage to check that everything's worked. Okay, well, there you go, a quick little job. I think I might just leave that there rather than trying to insert a plug. I'll just leave that there. Everything's looking okay down here. This sort of wiring junction area appears to be working okay. I might cut a piece of plastic or something to kind of just shield those a bit, like again like another piece of milk carton or something, just to kind of plonk over and protect that, you know, just protect them a bit. That might be an idea. Okay, this is a very rough rendition, but unfortunately I hadn't got a clean milk carton. I've only got this one that I've used for a previous job. I suppose I could try and clean it up, but it's cut out for the 3 sets of wires that go in and out. All this lot stays in the middle. So you need to kind of work out what's inside and what's outside. So that one fits over there. This one fits over the wires that run to the back, and that one fits over the wires that run to the brake switch. So you just sort of rattle it down like that. Get it over there. That's it. And it just fits in there. It protects all that lot. Hopefully. Yeah, that's alright. Okay, so that'll just sit there and that'll add a little bit of protection to those wires. Okay, not my tidiest work, but it doesn't have to be, does it? That's just enough to add a little bit of protection there. Okay. Having this floorboard removable is good because you can get to all this area. It's all accessible. Thanks very much for joining me in the garage then. Take care and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.